Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Game 3 is wrapped, and I gotta say, I think that is the craziest game that we have had in this best 5, maybe in this tournament so far, as no team overcame a gold deficit, an Ocean Soul, mental damage done early to take down Taco Gaming. And guys, all starts with the draft. I want to pull this up. Stunt. I know that, we were kind of talking, posturing. We thought the blue side comp a little bit easier to execute at this level of play, but you thought that no team, if they were able to pull it together, actually had a really good comp to try and get on the back line of Taco Gaming.
So I would say for amateur, I prefer blue team's draft actually in this game, but red team, the advantage they could get is through their bot matchup. Aphelios Karma versus Ezreal Rakan is a very punishing matchup for Ezreal Rakan. And I think in our first clip, we'll probably talk about how that matchup was actually swayed by the jungler, Trickster. And other things to note are that TG had to ban Gwen on blue side as their first ban. So this is a big sign that potentially they are not comfortable picking this S tier champion. And so that's a worry moving forward.
I like the fact you called out the Gwen, as no team not only played it in the first 2 games, also were able to flex it between top and jungle. Really helped them, especially in that game too. But I want to start getting into the clips, because this game, it started out quite disastrously. And Stunt, I want to go back to you again, because first blood in the bot lane, we saw Trickster 3 camp go bot have a huge impact on that bot lane.
Yeah, so before the games, we were highlighting Trickster's ability to play around his laners well. And I think this is a good example. Not a normal summoner spell choice with the flash, but it pays really well to save this bot matchup, which should be game losing for the blue team. And another interesting choice of rune is Airy for the Rakan. So it was really good that he was able to save bot lane, because this enabled Rakan to roam and let blue team or Taco Gaming snowball the early game as hard as they did.
Well, hey, those summoner spell choice from Taco Gaming might have been a little bit queso-y, but, it paid off in the end. I swear, I'm going to have a better Taco pun moving forward. I got to hop on the train. Obviously setting the standard. Now, I do want to get into the next clip. I'll take it. Take it out of my paycheck. It's fine. Top side, we had a filthy 1v2 coming out of Cozy.
We did, and the thing is with that is we were I was a little surprised seeing this pick come through from Cozy. He plays the Jace, but it seemed like they put him on more utility picks here. But this fight coming through, you have the gank from Griffin. You're feeling real confident about this play, but it's actually played very well by Cozy here. The problem kind of shows up after, because this was a great play from the top laner of Taco Gaming. He gets the double kill. Yeah, okay, that was really nice. He's gonna dodge the tactical sweep too. Watch this. And yep, dodges that, immediately turns back. Wow. This dude is pretty clean with it, I won't lie. But here's the problem, Cubby, and viewers watching. He was really quiet after this one. We didn't see much from Cozy in terms of damage, playmaking, or really much of anything else after this. So it was really hard for Taco Gaming to make use of this gold lead they got on that side of the map. And it got even harder when you saw no team taking fight after fight after fight.
And yeah, I mean, here's the gold graph, as it was a 6K gold deficit at one point, and look at that. And now, I think a part of this as well is that, coming into the series today, we said, no team, they rarely see a fight that they don't like. And they have the ability to find engages, find angles. And as we get into this next dragon fight, I know that you guys both really want to talk about this, but this was for the Ocean Stole. But Stun, I want to talk with you. Could you start with you? This setup is so good for no team. Like, Rovex is the right idea, but you said the comp just can't follow up with him being this deep.
Yeah, so usually Rakan flanking is good if he has a lot of divers on his team, but in this event, or this case, his team is mostly like poke and siege. So it would be better for them to stand off. They don't have to play for the soul. They can play for the fight, whereas the other team has to worry about whether or not they get the dragon. So I think they can play patiently, let the other team put themselves in a bad situation where they have to flip the soul, and they can just keep throwing their poke spells down and Rakan just stay with the team, counter engage the Camille.
Exactly.
Camille engage is all that they have, and so if they play towards that, that situation was really favorable. That standoff situation should always be good for them.
Yeah, and it seems like maybe it was a bit of a nerves thing, a bit of a forced play there, where you're absolutely right, Stun. If they play that one, especially if Rovex plays for that counter engage, I don't think there's a way they actually lose that fight with the gold lead that they have for themselves. And it's unfortunate for Taco Gaming because that's the beginning of the end there. Because that's when we were looking at the gold graph earlier, that's when you saw it go from this down to this, and then it took another fight to go down to this. And it got really, basically it was a doomer if you're a Taco fan and everything like that. It's no team. Like you said, Cubby, they rarely see a fight that they don't like, and that held true. Yeah, and they did it, and this is why we highlight them as the best team fighting team probably left in the tournament. You could argue, you said it yourself earlier on the day, that the only one who could really go toe-to-toe with them and maybe beat them is 100X. They're not here anymore, and no team showed that to us in this Game 3.
Hey, it's something that I know they might be young. I know they might not have sponsors, but something that these academy teams will legitimately have to look out for come Proving Grounds. Now, keep in mind that 3rd seed is on the line.
Yeah.
Stunt, as the coach, Taco Gaming yesterday, we saw them pull off the comeback versus Immortals AoE. What are you looking out for from Taco Gaming to have them set up that comeback again in this one?
I think the pick Ari has been of some contention in this series. It has looked good most games that was played, and it fits like kind of the chaotic games that have been happening where Ari's able to pick up a lot of kills off the resets, off a lot of the chaos. I would like to see more, maybe another priority on that pick.
It's something that's been highly contested. We'll see if they put prio on it. Before we throw it back to our casters, I do want to give another shout out to the hashtag #WeAreUnified. If you want to join the conversation and potentially have your tweet pop up on the broadcast, tweet at us with the hashtag #WeAreUnified. Now, for Game 4, we're going to see if no team can wrap things up or if Taco Gaming can win and give us even more reasons to talk about them as we move into the next one. Captain Flowers, Avali, take it away.
Nice.
To talk about... What have you done, Avali?
Why don't you flame him? Why do you only flame me?
Because he's not here. He's gone now. I can't flame him.
You can flame him.
No,
he's right there. He's right there. He's right there.
I have standards. I have
flame
standards.
Him.
Cubby,
flame
don't
him. He's
say
on the
that.
screen.
Don't say that. Okay. No, the reason that I wasn't going to do it if he wasn't here is because earlier you were taking shots at Ender, you were taking shots at Jat. When they're not there to defend themselves, it is dishonorable. You must flame honorably when they're right there.
Who else can I flame? Dishonor on you? Dishonor on
the only person
cow?
that you can try to flame here is me because I'm the only one here with you. So you have to flame me. But I'm not saying this taco stuff because puns are the lowest form of humor and I do not engage.
I thought I was the lowest form of humor.
I wasn't gonna say it. This is just like when you pointed out the thing where you didn't know how the clouds work. I was gonna let it go. I was just gonna let it walk off into the sunset, fade away into the credits. But now we gotta address it. God bless it. Okay.
Now we gotta address the draft right now, Flowers, because we are going into what could potentially be the final game if no team decides to pull out this win against Taco Gaming and go 3-1 in this series.
That would be pretty cool to see, but I'm not going to lie. Whenever we get best of fives, I always like to see it go to a game 5. It's just the most fun. So hopefully, Taco Gaming can find a way to strike back here, give us that silver scrapes. But it's Gwen banned out on blue again. Still, this surprises me. Just really shows me that Cozy has no interest in playing this Trickster as well because it can be flex jungle. So, hey, they're just like, no, we don't want it. We got to get rid of it. Rise banned out as well. Jinx, Akali banned out by the side of No Team. I love seeing Akali banned. You heard my story about my desk and which champions influenced the number of holes in my desk, with Akali being the ringleader. Okay, Taco Gaming, they got one ban left to go, and it'll be Hecarim. All right, so no Hecarim in this game. I expect Zeri to be the final one here on No Team.
Let's see. She hasn't made it through yet. Zeri is off the table.
There it is. There it is. It's 12-4. It's before she got all the nerfs. I was casting with Kobe when we first switched over from 12-4 to 12-5. And before the game, we were like, oh, we might see more Zeri today. Let's look at what they nerfed about her. We pulled up the patch notes, and it was like 10 lines. They just nerfed everything about her. It's just like this part, this part, this part, this part, this part, this part. They were like, nope, everything about this champion is not allowed. It's too much. So yeah, Zeri got hit with the nerf bat a lot, but not yet on the patch that we're playing here today. Aphelios, first pick of this draft here with Jinx and Zeri banned away. They wanted to go with one of those other top 80 carries, but hey, Ezreal could very easily be the answer.
Now, if only they could nerf Zeri and TFT, because I hate it whenever she pops up and she's just zipping around. She's got a Ginsu's on. She's like... But it looks like we are going to see Jashuka on the Karma again.
What does...
Yeah,
what does Ginsu's do in TFT? Oh, the dog! Hi, Threshy. You want to be the third caster?
There, menacingly.
Nope, he's dipping. He doesn't... No.
He just does little checkups.
He just wanted to crash the show. All right.
Just little checkups.
All right. He just wanted to
Soraka on the side of Taco Gaming, though?
Okay, we got the Soraka and the Zoe. Okay, so we got some poke. Oh, but the Ahri, I would not be surprised at all to see this back in here. Ahri's been very popular, very powerful ever since her little mini rework. She gets picked a ton. Would not be surprised to see this locked in. I'd be more surprised to see it go. We also have the Karma Ezreal picked up, so very powerful poke there in the bottom lane, but absolutely zero front line of any kind. Not even something vaguely related to front line on either one of these teams so far.
Both sides.
You know what that means, right?
Malphite.
No. Games with no front line are messy because nobody can ever safely face check anything or lead the way. It's like, all right, which squishy guy's going to bite the bullet this time? So that means blood and violence and PvP, and that's what we want.
Unless they pick up Malphite.
That's true. They could. Yes, they could. Especially with Gwen banned away, there's no scissors, so Rock... Well, no, wait. Rock wants to fight Scissors. Never mind. All right, I was trying.
Yeah, Rock wants to fight Scissors. Rock can beat Scissors. See, that's the issue. That's the issue. Gnar was not the true Rock. Malphite is the true Rock.
Malphite's the true Rock? All right.
Malphite is the true Rock.
We got the Camille ban. I like this because even though Dragoon got out of lane in the last game with a score of 1-4-2, down 20 CS, like, the early game didn't favor him. By the end of the game, he was able to be such a huge part of their win, locking down valuable targets, making sure they couldn't get away. I like the Camille ban here. Jace and Gnar both banned away from the side of no team. A lot of top lane focus here with both teams having their mid laners and their bottom lanes fully drafted. Just means that the jungle pool is going to stay pretty available here unless we want to ban out a jungler as TG's last ban. Nope, more top lane.
Oh, Flowers, he's hovered it every single game so far.
They're always shouting it out. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Much love to you guys. But we're never going to actually see it locked in. Instead, what will we get here? Yumi's really, really solid, but unfortunately we already had the Karma, so I don't think we're going to get the Yumi here. Unless they wanted to play, like, Karma top or something. But no, we're not going to get that. Xin Zhao instead. Okay.
Xin Zhao. Listen, we were making Mulan references earlier, and now we got Xin Zhao.
Hell yeah. That was actually... Is this another Ovely prediction? Is this another, like...
It is.
Is this another one of your calls?
Yeah, I've just been, like, sprinkling them throughout the entirety of the show. I'm not sure if you've picked up on them. Like, for those diehard League of Legends fans and diehard Taco Gaming and No Team fans, when they go ahead and rewatch this VOD, you're gonna, notice a lot of Easter eggs.
The entire thing was obviously just five-heading, the drafts, the gameplay, everything. Well, we got Graves locked in here again. We've seen him played both top and jungle in this series. So let's see what we can get out of him this time. Looks like he'll be going into the top lane if they lock in that Lee Sin. Lane Lee Sin has been dead for a while now, so I don't expect that we're going to see a swap there if this champion gets locked in. Lee Sin, of course, I always think League of Legends is more fun to watch when Lee Sin is in the meta. Because Lee Sin is an exciting champion that you can flex with, right? Like, you can show off your skills at League of Legends with Lee Sin. Compared to a bunch of other stuff, which might not be as flashy and cool to watch. So, a little bit more of the Skarner hover here. Unfortunately, top lane Skarner is not also very good either, so. Instead, what's the response to the Graves? Oh! Renekton. Now, Red 5 Renekton is a source of great controversy in League of Legends. Ovely, Mustachevely, my drafting version of Ovely. What is your opinion on the Renekton?
I've got... Okay, listen. We kind of zoomed past one of the other picks that was very important. One sec. Let me call Mustachevely really quick. Just having some difficulty connecting. All right. Hi, Flowers. Mustachefully here. There's only one thing that I've got on my mind after seeing the Trickster jungle pick, and I'll tell you that it is my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me to follow with the Q because I've got Lee syndrome, and if Trickster doesn't follow up on every single Q, even if it goes under tower and he needs to ult someone out of the tower and then safeguard to another teammate, like Flowers, if I'm not seeing these insect level plays, then I'm not going to be happy.
Well, I mean, based on how this series has gone, I expect this to be a double tap in the queue kind of game here because both these squads have been bloodthirsty. By the time the draft finishes, we still don't have real engage mechanisms on either side, right? No team can jump at a single person with Renekton or Xin Zhao or an Ahri Charm or speed people up to follow in, but there's no AoE big initiation tool. On the other side, Lee Sin can go for a kick, and that's pretty much it. Otherwise, you're fishing with Zoe Bubbles. So we're not going to have any of those Rakan engages, those Hecarim engages, those big, no, we team fight now buttons. They don't exist for either squad, which also means that I think if one of these teams gets ahead, it'll feel more snowbally towards the end because the other squad isn't going to have a, okay, let's just all go in and fight them together and see if we can YOLO, right? It's not.
No.
This one feels like it's all about the early game to me.
Oh yeah, I do want to say that King James Mike in the Twitch chat says, you're absolutely griefing if you pick Renekton. So I don't think that King James Mike in the Twitch chat is a fan of this top lane no team pick.
Well, like I said, Red 5 Renekton is very highly criticized and like debated in League of Legends because for the longest time, like Renekton continued getting picked over and over and over again despite more and more and more nerfs because he has a point and click stun and he has a strong laning phase. So even after tons of different nerfs, Renekton still has those two things that can work for him. Now the problem with it is Renekton is generally considered like he is a generic champion, right? If Renekton was a spice, he would be flour. If Renekton was an ice cream, he would be vanilla. If Renekton was
a rapper, he'd be interior crocodile alligator.
Sure.
I rock the Chevrolet movie theater.
Renekton never really feels like a solution. You're just like, oh, okay, we don't know. We don't, like, maybe we need a blind pick here. We don't know what they're going to bring out yet. Play Renekton. He never really seems like he's got a specified reason to be there. He just sort of goes. So I think that's a lot of people's criticism with him is it's like, okay, if you're saving this as your last pick for the whole draft, it should be something that feels like it has a more defined instead of a general purpose. That's not the read that no team had on this one. They're like, nope, we want the Renekton. It'll be solid into the graves. We can set up with the point and click stun. We'll see, man. We'll see. Because when you lose with Red 5 Renekton, you get criticized a lot more than if you lose with pretty much anything else.
Yeah, we have the current predictions going up with channel points right now, and it looks pretty even. I think it was like 90k to 91k or something.
Oh, let's see. All right, get your Gamba in there, chat.
Oh, currently 96 to 94.
Slight
96
edge
on the
for
side
team.
of no team. Yeah.
Slight edge for no team, but Taco Gaming catching up now. They're within like 100 points of each other. This is actually such a close Gamba. That just means you guys should bet more because you can win more no matter which side you're betting on because it's so close. Get them odds. Get them odds.
I'm excited to see Doxa on Zoe. They've done a great job with all the champs that they've pulled out so far, and now I'd like to see them. Oh my gosh, there's going to be so many things just flying on the side of Taco Gaming. You got Zoe Bubbles, you got Zoe Qs, you got Aphelios things that he's flying out, like gun boomerangs. You got Lee Sin Qs.
Gun boomerangs.
What? I don't... Again, I can't... There's so much reading involved with that skill.
That's fair.
So much reading involved.
There is a lot of reading involved with Aphelios. The thing that always trips me out is when I see like a replay, like a pro view replay or something from the Aphelios player's point of view. Because I have literally never played a single game of that champion, I always have to do a double take when I see how different his UI is compared to every other champion in the game. Because it's so different. It doesn't even look like you're playing League of Legends.
No. All right, Flowers. Here's the prediction, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna say Doxa goes down at the hands of Blaze with a Griffin assist.
Okay, so Xin Zhao ganks for Ahri, and they kill Zoe. But it's the Ahri that gets the kill credit.
Yes.
Okay. That's what we'll look
Dragoon doing a little bit of a poke with Cozy.
Yep, Cozy's able to follow it up there a little bit more at the end, and that's one of the things you always want to watch out for in these ranged versus melee matchups. If you're the melee guy, it's not just about the direct trade with the range guy, because you'll almost always win
What's happening over here?
Oh, this is the, I like this. No team is saying, all right, we've got the 2-1 game lead, so let's go for the delayed invade. Let's see if we can get a wild start here.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, nobody's going to be guarding this, so we're not going to get the level 1 PvP Fiesta. Griffin will just be able to secure that one away for himself. No problem. Just smite that. Level 2. Boom, boom. Right over to the chicken pit. No problem.
And then Trickster should know by now that his bottom camps have been taken since, you know, Scooped and Jashuka got to lane so late. So we'll see how he responds to that.
Alrighty. Alrighty. What's it going to be here? Griffin's coming to gank. Is this what Amelie was talking about? There's the charm. But where does the kill go? Is what? No way she did it again. No shot.
Flowers, I just want to say that as the superior analyst to all of, you know, just globally, not just North America, take that, Vedius. Vedius and Jad are nothing compared to me. I'd like to say that it feels good to be right all the time.
Okay. Well, you're doing a good job, my friend. You are doing a good job indeed. The prediction pretty incredible there. And hey, that just means that Blaze is set up to make it work. Do not forget, Amelie isn't just calling him out for no reason as the guy who was going to get the first blood. When we got to see Blaze's performance on the Ahri earlier in this series, it was some pretty incredible stuff. I believe it was back in Game 2. So I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more of that. The bananas in the air, but the barrier. Not the barrier, excuse me, the shielding coming out from the Karma plus the heal from the Ezreal is going to keep Scooped all right. But now Jashuka gets picked up and Trickster behind enemy lines, grabbing one there. Can he get in range for Scoop? Nope, Scooped is heading for out of town. But immediately, Griffin ready to answer back onto Trickster here in his own jungle. Trickster now falling back, Griffin defending his territory.
That was a pretty bold move from Jashuka to check that tri-brush. I thought that that they were just going to drop a ward in there, but didn't seem like that was going to be the case. Now we see Trickster trying to take this blue buff away. Griffin does not have smite up, so he's going to have to try to steal it, but nope. No. Trickster is able to secure that with their smite, and is going to move on over to the scuttlebutt.
Hey, smite versus no smite. It's going to go the smite's way absolutely every time it should. Like, sometimes, of course, you get a little bit of RNG, a little bit of silliness, but Trickster's on top of it that time. He'll grab the crab, and it looks like we might just get the 2 crab start here for Trickster for a lot of extra money. Just jumps into mid lane. It's not really going to do a whole lot, but it makes Blaze step back for a second, allows Doxa to continue pushing up this wave. They want to crash this into the turret before Doxa can get back. But up here in top lane, let's check in on Cozy and on Dragoon. Dragoon up to a small CS lead here early on, but Cozy did go back to base. He's back in lane now, used the teleport. That's the first of those 2 teleports used up here on the top side, so Dragoon will be able to use his own to find a similar lane state if he would like to. Blaze fires out the charm, but not going to hit it. Griffin's ready to go. Doxa trying to get away on this one. There's your win becomes lightning. Q3 knocks him up into the air, and there it is. Griffin picks one up.
Man, Doxa is not being treated very nicely in this mid lane, and to be honest, listen, Flowers, I hope Zoe wins. I'm a Zoe main, and she's just so much fun. Yeah, people get so trolled by the bubble, and her voice lines are so cute. Like when she sings about chocolate cake. Ha 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 ha! She's super random, but also smarter than she looks. Just like me.
I didn't expect you to read the whole thing. Kind of impressed.
Yeah,
you know what? I was like, how much is she gonna commit to this bit? You went all the way. I can respect that. The Zoe is not having a great time early. Xin Zhao and Ahri really working together well. Like, these two champions, like, Xin Zhao's such a good early ganker, being able to set that up with the Ahri as well. Even though Blaze didn't hit the charm in the last one, his charm placement was put in such a way that it made Doxa have to walk further towards enemy territory or get charmed. So either way, either you get charmed and Zin's able to immediately find you and get the kill right there, or you keep walking back the direction away from safety, and then you're stuck one way or the other. It just takes a little bit longer. So well played, well placed in terms of those skill shots. And back up top, Dragoon has now made his way back into the lane here with his TP. Notice the plated steel caps, first purchase. Whoa. Movement speed's very important in range versus melee matchups, and Cozy is about to learn that one. Has to kite it back, does manage to get away. But man, that's some scary stuff. Loses his flash there.
I love seeing the aggression from Dragoon up there. I mean, as soon as he hit 6, immediately started dashing in to get that stun off. And put a little damage and pressure up there, forcing Cozy to go back.
Cozy falling back, staying alive for now, has the Phage in his inventory, and you can see he at least gets the level 1 boots. He does want the stronger combat item there with the Phage itself, but not having any boots versus tier 2 boots is not a situation anybody ever wants to be in. Again, just one of the staples of the range versus melee matchups up there. Now Blaze, level 6 here, gonna look for a bit of a trade with Doxa. Doxa's playing it aggro here, giving himself the chance to bait his opponent in. But Blaze is able to get out in time. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble flies past him, and Blaze will not step back into that one. But Blaze staying alive there and surviving that attempt on his life means Griffin has enough time to go after the Drake, and that is a free first Drake over to the side of no team just 7 minutes in.
Wow, yeah, pretty uncontested. You saw the random Soraka Star Call go in there, but that wasn't going to steal Dragon away. Looks like Infernal's going to be up next, so we're not going to see a Hex Soul. We're not going to see an Infernal Soul.
Nope.
That leaves Cloud, Mountain, and...
You got this.
Fart Dragon?
Nope, that one's dead.
Okay, and...
Ocean.
Listen,
Yep.
I was getting to it.
You were getting there. So both
they're both
of
greenish.
the super aggro damage souls will not be the one that we get this time. We're either going to get one of the defensive ones or we're going to get the meme one. That's it.
Ah, phooey.
Which one are you
Bring
hoping
back...
for? Let's see if you can predict this. Which one of those 3 is going to be our soul?
Which one of the 3 is going to be the soul?
Ooh, wait, hold on.
Oh.
Doxa. All right. He didn't quite have the damage in time, or does he? Doxa's underneath the turret. He steals away the enemy flash, and he gets himself right back out. Yo,
and look at the bot
Zoe
lane.
wins XD. Well, there you go. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, Scooped getting a kill over on Rovex there in the 2v2. Didn't even need any help. We got ourselves another bloody one.
I think that... I forgot what the question was before the fight started.
What?
I forgot what I was talking about before.
We were talking about which one of the souls do you think we're going to get, but hold on, let's take a look at this replay first. Doxa goes in, beautifully threads that needle with the Sleepy Trouble Bubble right through the minions, and then chases after him. Paddle Star thrown forward just to chase after Blaze there and deliver the damage more quickly. Steals the flash, jumps back away, already has him ignited. Beautifully done there from Doxa to secure that kill in a 1v1.
Really good, and now we see Griffin thinking that they're sneaking this Shelly, but actually it's warded, so Cozy and Trickster come on by. Looks like Blaze is also rotating. I'm not sure who picked that up.
Well, Trickster's already dead, and no team is collapsing looking for more. Dragoon's going to lead the way. Cozy out of mana nearly. Going to take a swig out of the potion to give himself a couple more resources to work with. Griffin and Blaze both going in. Griffin nearly dies to the turret aggro. Dragoon's going to stick around there. He'll pick that one up, but he's got to get away now to Rovex. Will get the kill credit, but they got to be careful. Dox is here, and he's ready to go. Going to get disengaged and knocked away. Rovex walks a little bit too close, but he will not die just yet. And Doxa gets another. Taco Gaming's mid laner is not ready for this series to end quite yet. He'll double kill the enemy mid laner, and Zoe is here to compete.
Holy crap, Flowers. I was so busy trying to figure out who it was that actually took down Rift Herald that I didn't even notice Doxa slowly coming up through the river and just starting to rain pain down on everyone involved. And it looks like Lynx is also going to get collapsed on, almost taking out Jashuka, but it looks like Scoops is going to be able to just take that kill.
Yep,
Trickster over here, safeguards the minion, takes him out. Scoops is the only one left. He's got the Q on him, follows that through, and picks up the double kill for Trickster in the bot lane.
There you go, Avli. There's your Q. There's your other Q. His mind's telling him yes. His body's telling him yes. And his team's telling him hell yes. He just got that double kill, cleaned him up down there in bottom lane, 7-6. 500 gold lead actually for the team with only the 6 kills. Because no team is getting it done down here. Let's see. This is how they got the kill onto Lynx. Boom. But then here comes Lee.
Woohoo! I like how it's just like the quick boom. You done skis.
Yup. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. Now top side, Cozy here on the Graves. Pretty even actually. Like one wave apart with the Renekton of Dragoon. Renekton working towards that Gore Drinker, then he's going to be that much more powerful. Doxa and Blaze trading here. Blaze trying to get the charm. He gets it, but the cleanse is going to keep Doxa alive only a moment longer. Shut down over to Blaze, who secures the kill on that one. Yeah, it was pretty much a solo kill, but the presence of his allies made it so that Doxa's movement was likely at least affected by that.
Nicely done on the side of Blaze, and Doxa going down. Which is really important, because Blaze has the, potential to just put on the backpack and say, no. What is it? Who Dang it. Was it Griffin who said that he's the kangaroo?
Oh,
No,
in the
Griffin
tweet that we
didn't say-
linked earlier?
Who's the kangaroo?
I don't recall off the top of my head.
I'm going to remember it. I think maybe
you.
it was Blaze. I think it was Blaze who's the kangaroo.
Look,
Well, we will
either
check
way,
with production and find out who the kangaroo is.
the
It was
mid
Blaze!
lane-
It
Okay,
was Blaze!
It was Blaze. Well, I'm telling you
So-
right now, the mid laners are the players to watch here in this game. It seems like a Blaze versus Doxa war here in game number 4. They're both making moves. They're both getting things done. Junglers both also on the board pretty heavily here as well. 3-1 and 0 for Trickster's Lee. 1-1 and 3 over there for Griffin. Worth pointing out as well, Griffin going for the stride breaker on Xin Zhao. This is not normally what you see on this champion, but it has popped up here and there, giving him that extra powerful slow when he jumps on top of somebody, so you can slow them down with your W, take the extra second to catch up, land the E, go for the audacious charge, slow him again with stride breaker, and just make it so nobody can really get away. Helps you chase down some of these targets that are going to try to get away from you, and considering, I mean, again, we don't really have a lot of big, heavy tanks in this game. It means that Griffin's going to be chasing after people. Taco Gaming starting up this dragon. They lost
I'm
the
gonna say
first
Ocean.
one,
Ocean
and
is
they
next.
don't want to lose the second one. Infernal's going to be taken and secured by the side of Taco Gaming. But Trickster is likely to pay for it with his life, or is he? He gets back away with a Triumph proc. Taco Gaming, they're cutting no team to pieces. Dragoon arrives, but he's way too late. Trickster survives with so many heals off of the Triumph and the Soraka. Yes, they'll lose Rovex, but it's a 3-for-1, and Taco Gaming got the Drake as well.
Ooh, that is why I love playing Soraka or having a Soraka on the team, especially when you're in a match where both teams are known for how long and how much they love to team fight. Having that little health battery there just makes everything so much nicer for the team. And you could see there was the ult that went down. Blaze trying to pick up as many kills as possible here, but still 4 people up, slowly collapsing onto him. Trying to run away. Where are you gonna go? Nowhere.
That was a cool fight. It looked for sure like Trickster was caught, but the immediate Zerg heal, the burst heal from Rovex, followed up by, again, those Triumph procs, making sure that Trickster was able to stay alive. It just baited no team in so well. But the thing is, even after that fight, even after winning the Drake, even after getting the 3-for-1, Taco Gaming is still behind about 1,000 gold. Because when you look at no team, look at the farm across the board. Even in the support farm comparison, which is just used as a meme, they're winning in every single role.
Yeah.
Let's see what Trickster can find. He's going fish. He found... Oh, damn, that was fast. Okay.
Yeah.
Trickster got one there. Oh, and he finds the Q over the wall looking for Scoop. Scoop wants to get away there. Has that essence shift. Let's see if he can get out. Nope. Trickster's on a rampage. 5-1 and 3. Blaze looking for the kill on Doxa here in mid. He's going to find that one. The 1v1 goes Blaze's way.
Man, this is really looking like a game. I know we were talking about how the mid laners are the ones who are carrying the game and carrying the fight, but I'm seeing it's basically Blaze v Trickster right now. Who can carry their team hardest?
This is turning into an incredible game 4 here. Now, what I was talking about for those farm numbers is that's why no team is still able to command this lead, despite the fact that more kills are going over to their opponents. They're just farming better. Down there in bottom, Lynx has at least caught up, but there's a massive wave about to find its way onto the tier 2 turret. So as long as Scoop can go pick that up, he'll be able to catch right back up there. Looks like the lane assignments are going to change around a little bit, as Blaze will head into the bottom lane to pick this up, but Rovex and Trickster are also hanging around nearby. See if they want to try to commit for some sort of a dive here. Blaze is a trickier target to dive. No, okay, as soon as they see that it's Ahri, they're like, we're not going to be able to get this kill. Not underneath the turret, but back away. Scoop and Griffin, they'll work together to take down this Rift Herald. 15 minutes in, they're going to have the next 4 minutes. So sometime around 19 minutes, we're going to have to see that at least used before then. But that's plenty of time to work on it, my friends.
Yeah, and with plates down, they can really kind of take that anywhere. Let's see where everyone is right now. I kind of want to know the origin story behind everyone's names. Like, how did they get Jashuka? How did they get Scoop? How did they get Dragoon?
How did you get your name, Adelie?
I don't know. My mom just named me after her friend.
That's pretty cool. And as long as you're friends.
Yeah. Yeah, we call her Big Oveline. She's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. So you're actually Adelie the second.
Yes, I am.
Hey.
Ovelie Jr.
That works out. Well, down here in bottom lane, Blaze is not about to be the number 2 mid laner. He's just going to keep on keeping on, taking down a tier 1 turret. He'll be the first turret of his team or the first turret take for his team right in that one. So 29,000 to 27.5 thousand. 1 minute until our Drake spawns. Unfortunately, obviously, it is not going to be an Ocean Soul. It is a Cloud Soul this time around. With both of our teams currently sitting at 1 Drake, I don't expect to see these next couple of them be placed on very high priority just because you're only working towards a Cloud Soul anyway. The game is pretty close. There's no reason to throw a game away for a single Cloud Drake.
Nah.
Taco Gaming, they're marching down mid. They're looking for a tier 1. Teleport coming in.
Oh.
No team. They want to collapse it here. Blaze goes in. He finds the charm. He's going to get it onto Cozy. Cozy being focused. Soraka heal's not going to keep him alive. The damage pours into the health bars of Taco Gaming. And it's 2-0. No team.
Man, where are the people flaming the Renekton pick in the chat right now? Because that was a pretty great flank and kill and play done on behalf of Dragoon.
Dragoon getting it done. And unfortunately for Cozy, he got caught out there. Cozy going for the Hull Breaker here on Graves. Remember that Hull Breaker is really nice when you're in a split push situation, but you lose a good amount of the value when you're grouped up with your team. Yes, it still has over 100% gold efficiency even grouped up, but the purpose of the item is not for the team fighting. Let's take another look at how it went down. Break it down, Professor Avali.
All right, so here we got the Alligator in there. Trickster tries to kick him away, but Alligator's like, no, sir, I'm here. I'm ready to chomp some people. I'm going to take a quick nap, and I'm going to let my buddies do the rest of the poking for me. That's what alligators say.
That's what alligators say. Hey, that's what they say. Back up in live, you can see the picture-in-picture in the bottom left of your screen right there. Means that Taco Gaming was able to secure the Drake after those unfortunate happenings in the mid lane. So they'll get a bit of a consolation prize there. The 3,000 gold lead for no team, and they're in the enemy jungle looking to find another pick. Again, this is the nature of the game when neither side has a face-checking champion, when neither side has a true honest-to-God tank. It is so much easier to set up and play for these picks, and I love the fact that no team is doing it.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a bummer that they lost some of the health on to Shelly from playing her so close to the, back of the turrets, but that's fine. They were
Shelly
still able to take Shelly. But you know what? Let's start treating Shelly with a little bit more respect. Dragoon's origin story comes from Dragoon Smash, which is the name his older brother made for Dragoon's character in Vindictus, an MMORPG. Oh my god, I love Vindictus.
I remember playing Vindictus back when I was in college. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Vindictus was supposed to be Mabinogi 2. And instead,
because that's the game that you play a lot.
Yeah. So Mabinogi was just kind of like the OG MMO for Nexon, where it's like a social MMO, and I loved it. And then Korea was like, okay, we're going to make Mabinogi 2, and that was Mabinogi Heroes, but then it ended up being called Vindictus. And then, so it wasn't really Mabinogi, to the Western audience. But anyways, cool story.
Anyways, Blaze going to get jumped on down here by Doxa in bottom. As soon as he realizes it's not just Doxa, he's got to try to get out. Trickster going after him. Nice. Opens up with the kick so he can guarantee to follow with the Q. Flash for the follow, and he'll take down Blaze. Trickster putting the game on his back here in this one. Griffin with a nice stride breaker slow, continuing to chase and just beats him over the head. Swift as a coursing river. We just saw...
That was Mulan.
Yeah. That's the joke, JPEG. We just saw the two most fed players on both teams get shut down.
Yeah.
Within 20 seconds of each other.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some massive gold exchanging hands right now, and both teams' shopkeepers are going to, have a little extra money in their pocket. Maybe pay for shopkeeper junior's college tuition, Or
do the shopkeepers go to college? I feel like you've already got like a really lucrative family business where you've got people coming to this place every day and they're guaranteed to have to shop with you. Like, just join the family business, Maybe shopkeeper junior has bigger dreams and aspirations, okay? Maybe shopkeeper junior doesn't want to be limited by hella
heritage.
Money? Oh no! Everybody has to buy from him in a monopoly. What a tragedy. Griffin's going in. Cozy's going out. Oh, Trickster's trying to look for some sort of an angle here. They're just protecting the blue buff right now. It's going over to Doxa. Couldn't ask for a better response than that, but Griffin, he tries to tank it, but he just dies, but they're going to trade him away for Trickster. Oh, the fight is not done yet. Dragoon's trying to get away. Cozy goes back in, but a double kill over to Blaze. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Both junglers down, but Taco Gaming have also lost their mid laner. The fights, the scrappiness, this is what I was talking about in these games. Once the fights start, you're just going to start seeing people explode.
Oh, and here we go. We see the replay. Griffin jumping in via the blue buff, finds Cozy, knocks him up in the air. Cozy getting The Karma W, but here comes Dragoon on the side, peeking over. He's like, hello, friends. Hello. And Scoop's just getting that nice little damage, picking up the 1, trying to grab the 2. Docs are coming back in, getting charm. That's such a nice charm on the side of Blaze. Like, Blaze has been hitting a lot of these really nice charms. It's been, you know, turning the tide for a lot of these team fights.
Yeah, the Ahri charms have been on point, absolutely. Blaze has the accuracy, he's all dialed in. Void Staff and Luden's Echo completed, so plenty of damage that's going to be very hard for his opponents to itemize against. Gold lead overtime, thank you so much, my lovely friends over there at the Graphics
Is it upside down?
Team. What?
For
No, Blue's gold lead goes up over the horizontal line, Red's goes below the horizontal line. So this is just showing you how far away it's getting from even. If it was blue side, it would go up. If it's red side, it would go down. That way, in case you have a game where it goes back and forth, it shows the contrast more easily.
You cannot convince me that that graph is not upside down.
We're measuring the red, not the background color.
I did not do well in statistics. I cannot read a graph.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. That's, yeah. All right, so we might have another fight breaking out here. Baron is on the table. But I don't really think anybody's going to be looking for that just yet. They already got the Xin Zhao engage coming out. Trickster, he'll be the first to fall. That is a massive pick coming out from the side of no team. Dragoon looking for his chance to make his way into the fight. He'll absorb the Sleepy Trouble bubble there in the very front. A charm onto Cozy, but he gets back over the wall. Scoop is going to be taken low with Lynx going on a killing spree. It's jungler for jungler plus top. No team has won at the start, but now it's about to get evened up with the other top laner going down. Dragoon's going to try to stand and fight, and he'll take Rovex before he goes for a 3-for-2 overall.
Ooh, dang. Even though there's like that bit of a gold lead on the side of no team, it feels like all of these fights are still so close.
Holy cow, man. These fights are fun is what these fights are. I am loving this game. This whole series has honestly just been great.
This is a good series. We should have this instead. Like, you're right. We should have these games instead of TSM games.
Nah. All right, well, we're back out onto the map, and we're ready to go once more. With Trickster up here around the Baron, Taco Gaming are going to go ahead and start it up, but they immediately back away. Lynx has white gun, green gun. This is the combo where he tags you with the green. This is a combo where he gets shot in the face from Ezreal, who jumps over the wall and then flashes the white flag at him. And now no team has a 5v4 for the next 30 seconds, and they will start up the objective.
Ooh, can no team pull off this Baron? It looks like all of the other members of the team are coming in. And Doxa with the questionable flash?
Doxa falls. A little bit of greedy pathing there, like getting a little bit too close, not respecting no team. And if it looked good earlier when the enemy AD carry was dead, it's going to look even better when the mid laner is dead too. Trickster getting away from the charm there at maximum distance. He's going to stay alive. No team trying to secure this objective and keep Trickster away. They do not want to burger flip this Baron. They want to be able to secure this. They want to keep Trickster out. Trickster's coming in, but he's going to be taken down. Now Dragoon's turning right back around, looking to soak some of the aggro as Griffin's able to secure the Baron, and Cozy's the last man standing. He ain't going to stand for long. As no team gets the unofficial ace right after Lynx respawns. They get the Baron, and they are feeling good.
Oh my gosh, you've got to be looking at Doxa after that and just wondering, like, buddy, why didn't you just take the long way around? I'm sure you could have saved those extra 3 seconds, because after they lost them, they just lost, especially the fact that they didn't have Lynx with them at that fight too. That was just a lost fight before it even happened.
The Lynx pick was what gave no team the confidence to start the Baron. The Doxa pick is what gave them the confidence to commit to the Baron. I like the fact that Blaze was also chasing after the enemy jungler. Ahri does not have very good Baron DPS ever, so they wanted to make sure that they were keeping him out. And now they're going to get this next Drake here too, stop their opponents from getting to Soul Point, keep them further away from that potential comeback condition. It's an 8,000 gold lead. Observers, if we could, I learned we had this behind the scenes at the start of the day. If we could pull up the thing that shows us available summoner spells and actives, just to sort of see what resources we're going to have to work with for the next fight. Because no team are at a point where if they win one more fight very convincingly, they're going to just be able to win the game. Griffin jumps in. Flashes are down across the board on the side of no team. They got to be careful about this. But they have themselves a pick. Nice counter kill coming in. Lynx lands the ulti and gets the kill. 4v4 here on the map. Down in the bottom lane, it's the Ezreal and Renekton combination for No Team. Pushing forward here on this one. Jashuka coming down to help them as Blaze maintains pressure back over in mid. The push continues for No Team.
And all of those Baron-empowered minions helping them push along that bot side. You have Blaze who's still over in the mid, and oh, Dragoon goes over and takes down Doxa again!
Good.
Getting caught out!
By Doxa. The Zoe, 7 deaths now. Blaze over there on the RE 10-3. I was talking about how this felt like a war of the mid lane early on in the game, and Blaze has kept up the performance the whole way through. No Team still looking to push even further. Jashuka drawing the aggro there from Trickster, who tries to find some sort of a pick, some sort of a kill, some sort of a response, but there is nothing to be found. Mid lane inhibitor down. Bottom lane inhibitor's your next target. No Team is grouped up as a unit. Meanwhile, Griffin is back up in the top lane trying to deal with Cozy, who is going for some sort of a split push win condition, but he can't fight Sin, so he's out as well. 2 inhibs removed, and the Baron is still not even expired. Up there in the top right, read 'em and weep. 3,000 gold lead born from just the Baron.
Holy crapola, Flowers. No Team absolutely making plays across the map, taking both of those inhibs down. Like, it is looking grim for Taco Gaming right now. It is looking like you're pulling up to a 24-hour Taco Bell, and unfortunately, all the lights are off.
No.
Yes, Flowers.
I think I had that nightmare the other day. You know, about a month ago, I put in an order for some Taco Bell on the app, and I went to go pick it up in the store, but they had closed the interior of the store for renovations. And I was like, well, I already paid $8 for this. I am getting my $8 worth. So I just walked through the drive-thru, just went up and knocked on the door. I was like, hey, man, I'm not a car, but I already ordered some food, so I need to get my food. You know what? They were cool about it. They were like, you know what? Normally we don't do this, but sure, why not? Respect to those guys. But now, let's see if Taco Gaming can find some way to maneuver through their own drive-through from hell, because they have to survive this continued onslaught. They are still down about 9,000 gold. They are still having to deal with a team that has just found the angles over and over and over and over and over and over again as Doxa tries to get away from Griffin's engage. But Blaze is coming in on the flank. No kills yet for either side, but Trickster sets it up and he goes in. Bottom lane on No Team is already down, and Dragoon has to run. Griffin disengages from the rest of the squad. That was a beautiful pickup from the side of Taco Gaming.
Oh my gosh, it was looking close, like Doxa was going to get picked out again, but that nice little flank that they had there, taking down 3 people, while Blaze was like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to try to put some damage down on the Nexus turrets. I'm just going to try to be helpful over here. Which, oof, okay. Things are looking a little bit brighter for Taco Gaming. It looks like one of the drive-through windows just slightly cracked open at the Taco Bell.
Okay, we're making some progress. We're getting back up there. Taco Gaming uniting as a squad to try to pull this off, try to hang on a little bit. We have seen comebacks before already in this series. Let's take another look at how they found their chance to go in and hold the line here. Watch Lynx, watch Trickster.
Oh, Trickster coming right around the corner, using the engage onto Doxa. When Trickster comes by onto Scooped into Shuka, able to kick through and get that knock up at the same time. Dragoon kind of left alone. Renekton's big, but he can't exactly 1v4 here. Silenced. Taken down.
That was absolutely great, but Rovex. Man, if that charm hit, that was a very dead Soraka. No, I really like that, because Lynx, throughout the ulti, it softened the bot laners up a little bit. But once the Aphelios ulti flew out, the enemy bot lane looked like they felt more confident sticking around, too, because it's like, okay, one of the few long-range tools is gone. Then Trickster was wrapping around the whole time. He knew right where they were sitting. He jumps in. He makes the kick. Beautifully done from Taco Gaming to keep holding on there, but they still face an uphill battle. 15 seconds before our next dragon spawns, but that might not even be the focus. True Shot Barrage comes over the wall. Blaze is down. Beautiful shutdown coming out there from Taco Gaming, and they ain't done yet. Cozy drops the smoke screen. No Team trying to fall back. A good stun over to Doxa, but he reverts his position anyway. Now Trickster's at about half HP. Soraka heals, doing so much work. There are objective bounties on the table, and there are objectives ready to go for the taking. Taco Gaming makes the call for Baron.
Baron's up, Dragon's up. The only thing that aren't up are those two inhibitors, Dragoon, Jashuka, and Griffin, popping over to the Baron pit to see what it is that they can do. But unfortunately, nothing. And also getting that objective bounty. It looks like they're going in on Grovex, uses the Soraka ult, and actually goes down. Lynx is trying to escape. Drowsy goes down, but that's not going to be enough. Doxa tries to make his escape as 3 people follow through, but it looks like Dragoon is actually TPing to the top lane minions. Going to try to catch him out. Are they going to be able to find Doxa? Stun him. Doxa goes down. Griffin is still alive, Flowers.
This looked like it might have been a really good play and a really good sequence of events for the side of Taco Gaming. Beautiful recognition from no team that even though they couldn't stop the Baron, they could find the picks after, because their opponents are now staring down the barrel of a 2v5 for the next 15 seconds. Rovex is going to be up soon. No team do have plenty of time left to re-kill these inhibitors as soon as they spawn. This is such a heartbreaking feeling, defending your base for so long, finally getting the inhibitors back, only to have them immediately busted right thereafter. Scooped is taken low. He's going to fall back a little bit, but Blaze is ready to go and contribute a little bit more. Trickster is down. Guardian Angel's going to bring him back to life, but he's in the middle of 5 enemy players. No team is going for the throat and going for the win. They're going in and they'll take out Lynx. Now it's next on the menu for Trickster. Everybody from Taco Gaming is either dead or dying, and no team is escorting the minion waves into the Nexus turrets. Doxa goes forward. He finds the trouble bubble, but it ain't going to be that much trouble anymore. Dragoon tanks up the remaining 2 players. Buying time is the name of the game. The Nexus is falling. The Nexus is crumbling. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions for the Proving Grounds qualifier number 2. No team. 3-1.
No team pulled it off, especially when it started to look shaky during that game, Flowers. I can't believe that it happened. We thought that it was going to go to a full 5, but no, sir. No team said, no, ma'am, we're taking it.
It was a really good defense from Taco Gaming there at the end. It looked like they were holding on, being able to find a couple of fights, being able to get themselves the Baron. But then they did not exfiltrate the hot zone appropriately. They got caught. They got found out. And they were not able to regroup in time. And it's no team walking out of this one. The champions of the qualifier. Remember that this is not the end-all, be-all of this level of competition, my friends. In fact, the story is only just beginning. Proving Grounds itself, what these qualifiers are all for, that begins tomorrow. Tomorrow, not even a day wait, we're going to be right into some more League of Legends action. I believe that starts up around 3 p.m. Pacific time, same time that this one started today, so be sure to set your calendars and your clocks and your alarms and everything else good for that one. For now, though, that's it for me and Avali. Thank you so much for joining us here for the competition today. I hope it was an enjoyable time. I hope you had some fun. We're going to toss to one last commercial break, and then Cubby, and the analyst desk are going to be ready to bring you all the juicy details, all the juicy wrap-ups, and everything else that happened in this series, starting with an interview. You won't want to miss it. We'll see you after this.
Bye, friends.
Welcome back to the broadcast, everyone. I am joined by the victorious mid laner for No Team, Blaze. Your first competitive split playing in Riot sanctioned events. You've won the second qualifier. I mean, what does that feel like to you? What has this journey been, man? This is incredible.
First of all, thank you. And journey, dude, it's kind of unreal. I've always thought about, I played in like little tournaments with like friends here and there and stuff like that, but to be on like a full-fledged team for months, that's like a new experience for me. And to see all this growth and like the high highs and the low lows, it's incredible.
Yeah, and hey, congrats again. Now, I know it was a 3-1 victory in the end, but it wasn't without some tension, without you having to overcome a few gold deficits. What was it like, games 3, even game 4, sticking it out with your team, making sure that you guys were level-headed and trying to pull yourself back into the series, not even just being down to 0-1, but also being down in a lot of those games?
Well, we kind of knew going into this that the games were gonna be messy. We've scrimmed before. We know how they play. You know how we play. We just fight. That's like our preferred style. So going into today, we knew it was gonna be messed up. We didn't think it'd be this messed up though. But coming back, I mean, we have some there's some personalities on the team, but when game day hits, everyone is full focused. It doesn't matter what happens, guys. Just play it out. Oh, this game's over. We got the next one, and stuff like that. Like today's resilience was incredible.
I mean, for such a young team, having that resilience, really cool to watch. Of course, the team fights, that really still feels like your guys' bread and butter, and really got you back into a lot of those games. I do want to ask you specifically, I know on the desk we were pointing out Ari, a really important pick in that game. You got your hands on it in that game 4. Had to go up against Doxa's Zoe. What was that matchup like for these 4 games? And how did that matchup feel specifically in game 4? Because when you said it was getting a little bit sloppier than you hoped, I mean, it was solo kills being traded back and forth. You guys 1-for-1 each other in there too.
Yeah, well, from yesterday's games when they played Immortals, we noticed that they are fine with Ari Zoe trading.
Mhm.
And personally, I'm always down for that as well. I mean, Ari is like a pretty important pick that we've come across recently. So going into today, I was definitely prepared to first Zoe, and the game was really going well. And then I got Zoe'd when I got ignited twice, but it's okay. We expected this. And honestly, like, respect to the enemy team for they just shook hands. We fought 4 games straight.
I had a blast. I think the Flowers and Avali had a blast too. It was a lot of fun. And now, obviously, Proving Grounds, pretty wild to think you have won the second OQ. Collegiate teams, LCS org affiliates, X-Pros, you guys did it. Now you move into Proving Grounds. That starts up tomorrow. You have booked your ticket. You are going up against Dignitas Academy in the first round. What are your hopes, goals for Proving Grounds? What are you looking forward to about being in that event?
Well, first of all, I also think you touched on it. It's incredible that the 2 orgless teams made it to finals. Honestly, I can't say we expected 2 of them to show up, but that's just like a crazy feeling for amateur. And for Proving Grounds, well, we want to show that we have what it takes to go against academy teams for sure, and that we all deserve a spot in academy coming next split or season.
Well, I do have to sneak on my academy cap real quick. I know it's not going to be easy. We got a lot of talented players and teams in there, but I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in amateur give it their best go as 20 teams. Every single first round matchup, by the way, is academy versus amateur if we include the playing stages. So tune in. That starts tomorrow. But Blaze, before that you go, just want to give you, the floor. Any thank yous, any shout outs, any final thoughts you'd like to share with the broadcast?
All right. First, I gotta shout out the teammates. They went crazy today. Resilience, like I said earlier. Just the drive to play today. Yesterday's games, the energy was high. Today's games was a crazy new level. And so shout out to Griffin, Scooped, Plux, Order Shuka, and Dragoon. And our staff, I gotta make sure to shout them out. Daruk, Pukar are insane coaches. Rast he's a new pickup recently, like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and he's actually contributed a lot to our game prep. XT is hands down the best manager out there, no doubt. And shouts to everyone on the cast today for enjoying our games. Sounds like I hope they're spicy enough.
It was hard not to enjoy. I will be very honest, as someone that was spectating, as you guys, left everything out there, both teams. Blaze, once again, congrats on the 3-1. Congrats on securing that number 3 seed representing amateur moving into Proving Grounds. Best of luck in that event. Really looking forward to seeing you and the rest of the team compete there.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, that's been my time with Blaze. Got to go back to the desk now, as I'm going to be joined once again, BDB and Stunt. Guys, back and forth 4-game series. The gold graphs were doing some wild things. Avali couldn't figure out which way it was going. It looks like a giant roller coaster to me. Maybe a tidal wave to surf. Either way, no team. They were the ones where the graphs were favoring them in the end, as they were able to pull that off. And, Stunt, I just want to, as our special guest, as someone that has coached a team to a Proving Grounds finals and has gotten that championship, was there anything really just throughout these 4 games that really jumped off the page at you, that you really saw, whether it's game 4 or the rest of the games that we saw today?
Well, first off, yeah, it was touched on before, but just the fact that they were able to win the whole thing even without an organization backing them up is very admirable, and it goes to show that these players have a lot of passion, and it shows through their gameplay. Especially they just like to show what they've got with the skill, just fight back and forth. Nobody's really afraid to fight, and I think that's super cool. And I look forward to seeing more of these players.
Yeah, and Beatdown. I mean, maybe some thoughts too. You know, not just both these teams. I mean, no team obviously taking the win. Taco Gaming showed up on the day, couldn't convert a couple of those leads, but of course they'll be our number 4 seed heading into Proving Grounds as well.
I think it's still like a really good look for Taco Gaming, especially when you consider how they didn't do as well. I think they were still fine during the first qualifier, but now they really stepped it up. Rovex fitting well into Gweiss's place once he joined the roster there. And now I think you were the one who pointed out this is his first year fully committing to the support role. And I mean, it's looking promising. That's all I'm going to say. So it's really exciting to see that we got this matchup with 2 teams, no backing, no orgs, no financials, nothing. Just passion, talent, and that drive make it to Proving Grounds in that top 4 placement. And it's not even just these teams too. Like you look outside of the top 2 in this tournament here, you got a lot of teams, a lot of talent going into this tournament.
Hey, you know what? This is what Amateur's all about, right? I know that we've had some LCS orgs hop in. That's great. Love seeing them support some of our young talents in the server, but everyone's got to start somewhere. And even starting with no org, being able to make it on an even playing field to the finals, I think it's really, really cool.
For sure.
Huge props to both these orgs. I love that Boys highlighted it as well in the interview. Enough of us gloating about the day that we just had here for Amateur. We do have to go through a couple replays to highlight just how no team did take that 4th game. I want to start off with a post-Herald fight. BDB, kick this one off for me. We saw no team really, or I should say, this one got interesting, pretty much.
This is kind of to your point about how things go back and forth in terms of the gold graph. So it's looking like the Herald was secured by Taco Gaming, but they were zoned off it. They weren't able to pick up the eye, and they lose one in the process. And this is no team getting a little too hyphy, a little too mixy in the early game, and they end up giving away just a little too much early on. And this happened in game 3 as well, where we're, okay, no team, what's going on here? You're getting a little too crazy with it. And that's when you start seeing these leads. That's when we start saying to ourselves, hey, Taco Gaming might have this. We're going to game 5, etc., etc. But this, I think, just kind of really just goes to show how good no team are in late game when it comes to skirmishing, when it comes to team fighting, because when it really comes down to it, when it really matters, they manage to find the wins.
Yeah, I love to, talking about the replay while we're still seeing some Doxa Div Zoe, even Boys paying some respect. And hey, props to Boys. He did take that handshake. Ended up getting the best of it in the end. Stunt, I know we got one more replay team fight much later into the game. It's going to be that Baron fight where no team really separated themselves from the pack. Wanted to get that clip rolling. Get some of your thoughts about no team's team fighting. We've hyped it up so much, but man, did it show up in this series. Really helped them overcome some of these deficits.
Yeah, so I think the target selection was really good here. Just instantly going for Doxa to get rid of that poke threat. And then here, you want to keep out the Lee Sin from stealing the Baron. So I just think the decision making from here across the board was pretty good. And knowing exactly when as a team they wanted to turn together, they kept some people tanking. I just think this was really well played from them, and it goes to show that they are the reason why they are the best skirmishing team in the amateur right now.
Yeah, look at all the flashes committed towards Trickster, just keeping him out of the pit. No team. They knew the objective. They were able to secure that Baron in the end. And that secured the series. I mean, really can't say enough good things about no team. I know moving forward, Beatdown, we do have no team. I think a very curious matchup in the first round with that 3rd seed. Now matching up against Dignitas Academy. I know specifically Dragoon. He said that he was going after some of the rookies in Academy in an interview we did with him for UGP. And not only are Dignitas sporting a rookie top laner, but also he played for Dignitas Mirage throughout the last year. So maybe no team could go into that with a bit of their chip on their shoulder. And Dignitas, they team fight really well too.
They do. And you brought it up. It was in the interview with Dragoon. It's not even like conjecture. It's not even speculation. He laid it out flat, Cubby. That's what he's looking for. Yeah, the org he used to be a part of, saying, "Oh, you want to put a rookie top laner? All right, let me come check him real quick."
Looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, I think for no team, I think what they have to be careful of is a lot of the times they're always overreaching after they get something good. They always want more. And I do think when they overreach and get punished for it, these academy teams a lot of them won't let you get away with that like scratch. Like they can take that throw and snowball the game back at you, and so no team really needs to play with a little bit more restraint. I know we like watching them fight all the time, but
Yeah.
in the end, they will get punished for it as they progress through the proving grounds.
Absolutely, some really tough teams that we have in Academy. The top 4 teams in Academy, I think, are going to be really tough. And the rest of them, it was a very close league this split. So Amateur are going to have a tough time as always. But hey, we'd like to root for the underdogs, just like we saw in this tournament. Now, before we wrap up, say goodbye. This production would not be possible if it was not for some of the wonderful sponsors that we have supporting us behind the scenes. We'd like to give them one more shout out before we say goodbye to the second Proving Grounds qualifiers. That would be Atlantic, Tapalti Skulls, and Gangster. You can specifically find some scrims, I know, for the last one. Already saw the Skulls ad read for some of that wonderful merch. And yeah, it's been a blast. Really appreciate all their support and helping us pull off this grassroots event. And then before we say goodbye, also Stunt. Man, thanks so much for joining us, lending some of your insight, from your experience as a coach, a player, someone in Champs Queue. Just want to give you the floor. Any other final parting words that you'd like to say? Any other places we can find you, if anyone's interested in following you on maybe your Twitter or stream?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for having me. I'm glad that me and Cubby both predicted 3-1 win for no team. So, it's always good.
I thought we were going to move past that. Goddamn.
Just casually
It's
putting
always good
BDB
being
on
right.
blast before we go.
Oh, no.
Look at this. Oh, best guess
I thought we had
man.
something stunned. I thought we were cool, bro.
Anyone that puts BDB on blast, I'm here for. Also going to go through the caster
God,
predictions.
Oh, no.
Some no teams. Better screenshot that one. A couple. It's about 50-50. No team faithful. BDB, the pain doesn't stop there. You tied for last. But congrats to Jolly, taking that crown all the way home, having faith in no team for today. But guys, that's been it. It's been an awesome Proving Grounds Open Qualifier. Thank you so much to everyone that tunes in, supports Amateur. I know this was a really special day for all of us, seeing how much Amateur has grown over time, but also seeing that these grassroots orgs, like where everyone starts the league, just playing fives with friends. 2 teams that ended up entering OQs just like that. Sports stat behind them made it all the way to finals. Now we'll see them in Proving Grounds as well. So if you're interested in Proving Grounds, just like Captain Flower said, twitch.tv/academy right here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you there along with some familiar faces when it comes to the teams and the players. Thank you so much to everyone behind the scenes, whether you have been on air, helping out with TOs, team or player, for making this event possible. These are the days that, for me, reminds me why I fell in love with League of Legends in the first place. Just having this amazing grassroots tournament, being casted by Cap and Avali, I know was a big boost for the players as well, and being joined with this wonderful desk too. So with that said, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Hope we see you at Proving Grounds tomorrow. Have a make sure the rest of your night is wonderful, and have some positive gaming experiences out there on the Rift. We'll see you later.